Hey, morning everybody. Happy Sunday. Make sure I got this actually positioned correctly. Havoc, how you doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday weekend. We are going to a baseball game later today. Hopefully, anyway. They're supposed to have fireworks there. I guess I don't know if they're canceling fireworks and stuff. But yeah. I think it'll be a good day, hopefully. I'm a little wiped out and tired today, but we've got tea. We've got oh, and in fact, let me update the tea command here. But yeah, we've got the Lapsang Shushang today with a little bit of milk. So we're gonna try that today, and hopefully that little bit of caffeination will keep me going. So let's take our first sip. That's all I have in me right this second. It's such a unique flavor and it's so good. The smokiness, and now I have milk, so it's like a creamy smokiness, which is not two adjectives I ever would have thought to put together before, but I just did, and it's really, really good. I think I might like this with milk more than without, and I liked it a lot just as it is. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Try smoky teas, people. I think is what we've learned. How's everybody doing today? Yesterday was a interesting day in the Final Fantasy XIV community because the one of the biggest WoW World of Warcraft streamers, Asmongold, decided to try the game, and God, he had over 200,000 viewers on Twitch at one point, which is absurd. I mean, the entire Final Fantasy XIV community on Twitch, in terms of viewers, is usually like, I don't know, 7,000 to 8,000. So we've had a lot of World of Warcraft streamers come in, and you know, they're trying the game. You know, I hope they all like it, but the viewer counts are just out of this world. So that was interesting. Asmongold is not somebody I can see myself watching regularly. He is what I thought all Twitch streamers were a year ago. You know, just the loud, brash, immature, aggravating, you know, bro-y type of, you know, personality. He is that guy. But he, from what I saw, it looked like he was having fun, and you know, I hope he likes the game. So Thankfully, he was not on my server yesterday. um, but yeah, he's not the only World of Warcraft streamer who's trying the game lately. So it's interesting times in that world. Otherwise, I'm pretty disconnected from what's been happening in the world of gaming lately. I've been thinking I want to like open my streams with a 90K viewers right now. Okay, we gotta see who's streaming. I didn't even check. I've been thinking I want to like open my streams with like a little gaming news segment, and I just didn't have time to keep up with anything the last several days, so I'm completely out of the loop of things. Asmongold Havoc, yeah. He is from what I understand, and you know, I could be wrong, I believe he is the biggest World of Warcraft streamer. He's been streaming for years. You know, he also does podcasts and stuff. Yeah, right now Final Fantasy 14 has 32,000 viewers. Carnage is the biggest streamer right now. I believe he's also a WoW streamer. Don't quote me on that. But he's got like 20,000 viewers right now. No, he's not somebody that I'm gonna watch regularly. It's notable because of how big his audience is that he's playing, you know, the game that I play, you know, but not my kind of streamer. Carnage is streaming Final Fantasy 14 right now, and like I said, he's got like 20,000 viewers. I had never heard of him until last week, but I guess he's quite a big streamer. Twitch and Final Fantasy are also doing a promotion right now where if you sub to a certain list of streamers in Twitch who are playing Final Fantasy 14, you will get an in-game mount. So that is also boosting viewers in Final Fantasy 14 right now. 150 viewers is my limit. That's, yeah, I might say 200 for me, but yeah, I think I agree. Excuse me. Because at that point you're just saying like, well, okay, I'm just viewing and I'm not like interacting with the community at all. And it's like, I guess if I know that going in, I'm fine, but it's just a different vibe, you know, with exception. Yeah. There's always exceptions, but yeah, it's interesting that the biggest Final Fantasy 14 streamers are like a drop in the bucket with some of these World of Warcraft streamers. We have some well-known content creators in that community, but I mean, WoW has always been the juggernaut, whether it's the game itself, the player base, the content creators. Like, it's still a behemoth, despite the fact that people aren't, I guess, happy with the game these days. You know, I don't follow WoW very much, but my impression is that people are upset at a lot of things that Blizzard is doing, which I guess tracks with how people felt about Diablo and everything else that Blizzard is doing these days. There's still community people right at the edge of that. Yes. I wonder who paid him to come check out FF. I don't think anybody paid him. He doesn't need the money. I mean, he's making six figures every month. Just from his WoW stuff, but there's been this festering discontent in the WoW community, and I'm saying this as someone who's looking from the outside, but people are upset with the lack of content that World of Warcraft has and the decisions that Blizzard is making about the game, both with the main version of the game and the classic version of the game. So there's been, over the last several months, there's been a lot of people coming over from WoW to try Final Fantasy 14. So I think it's just community pressure and building up, you know, a buildup of peer pressure, I suppose. You know, I mean, you know, we'll never know, you know, who knows, but I don't think it's like a payment thing. I think World of Warcraft is just in a precarious state right now. Looking in from the outside, anyway. I played played WoW like for like, I don't know, 6 weeks back in, when would that have been? 10, maybe 2012-ish, 2011, maybe 2010. Yeah, whenever the third expansion came out and they like blew up the world and kind of redid everything, that's all the experience with WoW that I have. I can't comment on that game. Basically, it's rebooted itself like 17,000 different times. So, yeah. And the subscription put me off for a while too. I guess Final Fantasy is the only subscription-based game that I play, and yeah, at this point, I'm so invested in that game that I don't even think about the subscription. But anytime I go to look at another game, like say Elder Scrolls Online, or like the Old Republic, every time I see that subscription, I'm just like, do I really want to? So yeah, it's all in what you're like invested in, really, at the end of the day. I can like say things like, oh, the subscription, pays for the content that we get regularly, blah, blah, blah. Like, which is like objectively true, but really at the end of the day, it's just like, I tried the game, I liked it enough to keep playing, and I just got invested enough that I don't mind paying for it, which is basically what we all do at the end of the day. If I try any free to play games, I'm always hesitant to like actually spend real money in it. Like Genshin Impact, that's a big game these days. I only played that for like one night, but it's like you could spend a lot of time without paying. You could play for a long time without paying anything, but eventually you're gonna kind of want to pay. And I just once that point is reached, I'm always just like, I don't know. I kind of subscribe to Star Citizen, but that money goes directly into their YouTube video production that I don't watch, but it gives me exclusive in-game items each month that will be really cool whenever I log in again. Yep, exactly. I have gotten to the point in Final Fantasy where like I bought $5 worth of Butterfingers so I could get an in-game mount. I did the pre-order thing for the new expansion where you get in-game pets and mounts and stuff. I really want to play Genshin. It looks fun. I don't have time for that. Yeah, I played a little bit of it. The anime voices really grated on my nerves, but I could tell there was a really good game in there. At the time, it had just come out, so there was some stuff that was unpolished, which I'm sure they've patched by now. And then the other thing was that like I could just tell like this is like another forever game that I could invest a lot of time and energy into. And I'm still in Final Fantasy right now, so it's like I don't have room for more than one forever game at a time, basically. I've tried watching a few Genshin Impact streams, and it's like watching any MMO on stream, basically. Like if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know what's going on and they're not doing story stuff, it's completely impenetrable, like what's happening. It's always like farming currencies and going for, some item and then grinding something. And it's like, if you're not plugged into that world, it's just like watching, I don't know, like a foreign language stream, basically. It's got huge new features, like you get your own island to build on and boats. I watch it in French. You're preaching to the choir. Yeah, there you go. So you're just there for the vibe, basically. If you ever played Genshin Impact, would you just switch the voices to French just to keep that vibe? Yeah, that I totally get that. Yeah. It took me a while to, even though I was, invested in Final Fantasy 14, it took me a while to find streamers that I liked watching, because the biggest streamers are doing like the hardest rating and the most hardcore content, and I'm actually not particularly interested in that. And if you're not plugged into the rating scene in that game, I personally think it's pretty boring to watch, because again, you just have no idea what's happening on screen. Once I found some creators who are streaming things like housing or alts or just other things in the game that kind of push the mood and the atmosphere more than the rating side of things, then I found streamers that I actually like watching. Maybe if I ever get into the hardcore rating scene of 14, maybe I'll enjoy watching those streams more, but right now it's just like, it just doesn't interest me. All I need is a crosshair and a waypoint. It's true. Now the crosshair is pointing to, please go gather 1,000 tokens to turn into another token, and you need 5 of those to get the doodad that you actually want at the end, and that's MMOs for you. I was looking at in Final Fantasy we call them relic weapons. They're very fancy weapons that glow, and they are long grinds. They're not hard to get, but they are very time consuming to get. And what I just described, like, go do this thing 1,000 times to like get these tokens that you turn in for this other thing, and then you turn them in for the thing that you actually want. So put an image link in chat. So this is one of the relic weapons, and I like it enough that I think I'm gonna go for it at some point soonish, not right away, but soonish. That's, yeah, right. I mean, that just looks cool. Like, that's a cool, like, gladiator paladin type weapon. So anyway, it used to be that I never would do that stuff in the game, and now I'm at the point where I'm looking for more things to do, so I'm subjecting myself to those those particular grinds. So that's where we're at now. I always thought I was a person who didn't like MMOs, and that's probably still generally true, but apparently I just needed like the one MMO that was for me. So here we are. Thanks, COVID. I cannot believe how much I like that smoky tea. All right, let's play an actual video game today. Switch you over to here, and actually I need to do a tweet saying I'm actually live now. Let's get all this boilerplate stuff out of the way. I overslept today, so we were running behind, but we're all here. We're all happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. So thanks for showing up, everybody. Okay, let me see. Okay. So much little stuff you have to do before you start a stream, you know? Havoc, I'm sure you know. And it's so easy to forget, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 things when you're trying to get started. And then when you're running behind, like I am this morning, it's even easier to forget things, so. Yep, I'm running behind today. I woke up, my alarm went off today, and my eyes just felt like they were like glued shut with like allergy stuff or whatever. I don't know. And then I just couldn't get up today, so. Yep. Yeah, okay, so it's not just me. I thought, oh man, am I getting sick? Like, we went out yesterday. We went out to 2 different restaurants. And I was like, oh shit, did I like get unlucky and now I'm like sick? Oh, it's fire smoke. Are you serious? I didn't know there were wildfires nearby. Man, I was hoping we could go a few months. Now I gotta look this up. Oregon wildfires. I guess it doesn't have to just be Oregon. Smoke from Northern California wildfires. Central Oregon wildfires. Yeah. You can see it here. Wow. I guess I have not been paying attention. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to a baseball game tonight. The local like minor league team does a 4th of July game and fireworks and stuff. So I hope I'm not like, I hope my voice and my eyes aren't like irritated all to hell and back while we're there. Okay, all right. Let's start this video game. What were we doing last time? We had interviewed Classier, the alleged rape victim, who said, no, actually, it really wasn't rape. So I guess we need to look at our task list and see what we have to do next. I don't even know. Yeah, right. Yeah, same. Havoc. I am also patient 0. Okay. Right. Oh, we have to find the Insulindian Phasmid. Okay, we need to restock the trap apparently. We need to continue interviewing Classier about the dead man. So we need to come back for that. And then we were given a tape that supposedly has a recording of the dead man's confession that he intended to rape and pillage. So I guess we need to figure out how to do that. Okay, it looks like we have a level up as well. Okay, was there anything we wanted to put points in just to help us out or to open some skill checks? We can't put any more into physical instrument, which is kind of locking us out of a few things, unfortunately. Maybe perception? Yeah, let's do perception. We want to see things. See as much as we can. It's late in the day, which probably means we're probably gonna go to sleep soon in game. We also had a meeting about right, we have a meeting with communists. Let's go talk with some communists. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. Always love to chat with some communists, right? We'll do this and then we'll probably go to sleep in game. And in the real world. No, just in game. And see what that gets us next. Damn it, I do this every time. I go here thinking I can get to the apartments. And in fact, that is incorrect. And I have to go all the way around. So yeah, we're gonna play this. I think we still have probably at least 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 sessions of this game left. On Tuesdays, we're going to continue playing Metro 2033 until we finish that. I'm looking forward to getting back to that. And then after we finish this game, we're going to start Remnant from the Ashes. And we'll see what I think of that game. That's not a game I think I would have played on my own. But a community member gifted it to me, so we're going to give it a try. And, if we like it, great. If not, not the end of the world. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, you start your Star Wars streams back up on Tuesday. Well, on Tuesdays, I stream from 4 to 7. So your late night streams start, like, at 7, right? So, you'll be able to catch some of it. I mean, I know you're going to be making dinner and getting ready for all that. Yeah, you can lurk. Well, okay, wait. We know there's communist stuff in here. We know there's nothing in there. We know there's nothing in here. Maybe on the balcony? Oh, it's all right, Havoc. No worries. I think we all know that life happens, and streams they're there when we can catch them, and if not the end of the world. I do need to export that VOD out to YouTube though. All right. You know, I forgot we had this locked door here. Can we get into it now? As you approach the metal grill, you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animated discussion. I think we found our communists. This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinaise. Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected, something earthy, warm, and burnt. The acrid smell of failure. Oh my god. Okay. Last month's Humble Choice bundle had a GOG game. That's cool. Did you see that they are bringing back the limited? They're going to limit how much you can apportion to charities. You know, they did that a few months ago. Then people got mad, so they pulled it back, and now they're bringing it back for good, apparently. So I think you can only choose to donate up to like 30% of your purchase to charity. I don't know how that affects the partner stuff that you're signed up for, but you might want to read up on that. No, that's just slightly burnt coffee, a smell you would recognize anywhere. Oh, okay. Not failure, just bad coffee. The smell of like church coffee, I call it, is such a distinct thing in my memory. It's that kind of burnt, acrid odor that you don't get anywhere else, you know? Like, you don't get it in a diner. You don't even get it at home, really. It's like when a church has those big, like, what brand is that? Bun or something? Those big, like, coffee makers, you know, that they bring out for, like, Sunday school or whatever, and like they put too much coffee in, it's too hot, it's sitting there for hours, it's burned, it's terrible, but you still drink it because it's there. Like, there's nothing like it. Anyway, just look at these pigs sniffing about after hours. Smells like shit. Yeah, but the shit that you drink regardless, you know. You gotta get your kick. You gotta get your caffeine. Why didn't you say the secret door was right behind you? Must have slipped my mind. You know how it goes. She gives you a lackadaisical shrug. The metal grill is cool to the touch. You notice the lieutenant is looking uncustomarily anxious. His posture is rigid. His right hand hovers near the zipper of his jacket. You okay, kid? Oh, I'm fine. I was practically born to infiltrate underground communist cells. He takes a quick look over his shoulders. Wow, he's pretty tense right now. Last month's Humble Choice was not great. Oh, wow. Only 3. Yeah, again, back to the subscription thing. Like, I just, I haven't felt the urge to subscribe to that. I have been pretty tempted by Game Pass, like a lot of people, I think. But again, it's just like, I don't necessarily have the time to play those games. So I don't know. Like, I like having this like buffet available at any time that I could play. But I don't like that games leave Game Pass. And yeah, just again, another monthly expense is... it doesn't excite me. I'm grandfathered in to still be able to choose all 12 games, so I'm not... Oh, right. Okay, that's not bad. Which is just to say, we should be prepared for any eventuality. All right, let's try to listen in on what people are saying. You can make out at least 2 separate voices. 2 voices, both male, approximately early 20s. Oh, okay. Bro-y communists is what I'm thinking here.
Careful with those now. I have it. It's going to work. I can feel it.
The door is saying this? That's interesting. Yeah, that's your Havoc Claws bag. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it's worth it in that case. Of course. You know, I mean, people are gonna enjoying those games, even if you aren't. The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
Are you all communists? I'm looking for some communists.
Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
Listen, I've already built like 0.0001% of communism, but now I need to get organized. Can you help me? For a moment, silence.
What's the passphrase?
Oh, shoot. We learned the passphrase, and now I don't remember. I don't know which of these two it is. Oh, it's number 3. It's Remember Dobreva and Abadanese. There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way.
All right. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out.
Wait, you could just reach in and grab the key?
And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away, in places.
Not very secure, guys.
Charmant. After you, detective.
Have fun at your underground meeting, Pig. Hope it's a blast.
Oh, a blast? Like a bomb? Are we going to get blown up? You unfollowed over 150 Twitch channels last night. Did I mention that? You did not, at least not to me. But yeah, I've started thinking about culling my list, but I don't even think I'm following 150 Twitch channels, so I did go through at one point and
The
like
2 young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is they're stacking in the middle of the floor.
I mean, this looks cool. But yeah, I did go through and like turn on and turn off notifications for certain channels, because that was getting a little overwhelming. But so far, I don't think I'm following anybody that I desperately need to unfollow or anything like that. 211 left. Yeah, I don't know how many I'm following. I'd have to check. All right, so we found the communists and they're building Legos, I guess. This is cool music. I haven't heard this before. Matchboxes, it appears. Okay, they're stacking matchboxes, not Legos.
I think it's holding, Ulexis.
Ulixes.
It is. It's holding.
It's definitely not holding. Those matchboxes are stacked so haphazardly, it's like they want them to collapse. Oh, it's a metaphor for communism, right? Man, this music is really good. It's really good.
Careful, careful.
Oh no. Rip.
Damn, hardly any difference.
The young man shakes his head and then looks up at you and the lieutenant with barely concealed irritation.
You two, you are late.
Sorry guys, I was investigating a murder.
They should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
His companion looks up at you and squints. There's a great deal of tension in this young man's shoulders, more than someone his age should bear. Meanwhile, his companion inclines toward him, eager to catch every word that dribbles from his friend's mouth. Just a moment. Could this be the former owner of a certain jacket you acquired recently? Maybe. Don't let them see you flustered, sire. Play along. Alright, you weren't exactly easy to find.
That's the whole point, of course. You can't just have anybody waltzing in here. Martinez is crawling with reactionary infiltrators.
It's, as much as I like the music, I think we need to turn it down just a little bit. Alright.
There are RCM spies, for one. Just recently, someone even broke into my apartment, if you can believe it.
That was us. That was us.
To say nothing of Gotwaldians and Iconoclards.
Iconoclards.
The young man's companion reflexively snorts at the mention of Gutvalians, and iconoclasts.
We all have to take precautions, especially during these delicate times. What matters is that you've made it, and that you've done the reading.
Have we done the reading? I think we've done the reading. Uh-oh, no one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one. Whisper, Kim, did you do the reading?
No, detective. The only reading I've been doing is right here.
The lieutenant holds up his little blue notebook.
I have not had time to seek out pretentious communist book clubs, nor have I done their reading.
Kim is not a fan of the communists, it seems.
It doesn't sound like they've done the reading, Steban.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is getting awkward. I'm not sure what you're expecting to find here then.
Maybe they can explain themselves.
What were you doing with those matchboxes just now? The young man frowns at the little pile of boxes on the floor. Nothing, just messing around until the meeting started. They're watching those matchboxes awfully intently for two guys who are just messing around. Oh. It's almost as though they were trying to create the most unstable structure they could, with predictable results. Alright, so what exactly are you two doing here? In the most general sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness. Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it. But more specifically, we're running a reading group, the most rigorous and theoretically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez. So they're book club. Their book club is what they are. That's fine. That's cool. I'm here for it. Comrade Steban is a great discussion leader, one of the best at the university. It's obvious they take this group of theirs extremely seriously. Whatever you do, don't compare it to a common book club. Okay. Whoops. Is this where I can square off in theory combat? We have been known to get into some spirited debates, but it's always in service of our larger intellectual and ideological project. Did you all here see Hail Caesar, that movie with George Clooney and guy who played Thanos? I can't remember his name. That had a group of communists just hanging out in a beautiful house on the California coast, debating books and stuff. It was a pretty entertaining movie. Precisely. We're not interested in senseless parroting. We like to read critically. Ah, of course. Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course. I didn't realize they taught radical Mazovian theory in the universities. Ha! As though you can call that pablum teaching. One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real education in any lecture hall or discussion seminar. We're post-attendance, basically. What does that even mean? Exactly. The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale des Revachol is the library. That's where we've made our greatest critical strides. Cam, can we arrest these kids for truancy? All right, we won't go that route, but okay, so what does your reading group actually read? We study all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week, we finished the second volume of Puncher and Wattman's Innocence of Capital. Ooh, truly extraordinary. And before that, we spent 6 weeks on State and Plasm. For some reason, the word plasm catches in your ear like a piece of old wax. Uh-oh, you can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating. Okay, let's let our mind wander a bit. Your attention detaches. The voices of the young men fade away. It's a cool evening, you notice. Alright, let's look around the room. Your eye drifts over the detritus and mismatched furniture. It naturally gravitates toward the piece of canvas that cover a missing stretch of wall. Oh, over here on the left? The way they billow in the night breeze reminds you of something. A woman's skirt swelling in the breeze. The thought is almost too much to bear, what you wouldn't give to glimpse the bare legs behind it. The more it hurts, the more you have to have it. Slowly, too slowly, the pain fades from your side. You turn your attention to the two young men, who appear just about finished. And before that, there's Abelard's Un Pays Infernal. But of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignis Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists. Okay, look, I know who Krasmazov is, but who is this Ignis Nilsson guy? Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant, the evangelist of the revolution and the founding father of the People's Republic of Samara. Oh man, our encyclopedia skill failed us here. It's hard to overstate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual. He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasm, which forms the basis of the inframaterialist theory. Obviously. Those words again. You've got to find out what this inframaterialist stuff is all about. Whatever it is, one thing's perfectly clear. These young students have a much deeper understanding of communism than you do. You could learn a thing or two from them, if you can convince them you're one of them. The young man sighs. His companion looks about furtively. All right, well, yeah, let's tie this into our murder investigation. Does this reading group have anything to do with the lynching? Lynching? No, we're not an operational cell. We're more of a theory kind of cell. We think of ourselves as more of an intellectual vanguard. Oh, okay. Is your reading group affiliated with the Union somehow? No, we're an independent organization, he says proudly. We acknowledge and respect the Union's efforts, but our interests are more theoretical than Mr. Clare's. Okay. He speaks the truth. Okay, are there any operational communists in Martinez? Operational meaning people who will kill others for their ideals. No, unfortunately. The communards were hunted down and killed nearly to a man. All that's left of them are bones and old rifles. Oh yeah, we found an old rifle. His companion's eyes widen as you hold up the ancient weapon. Yes, like that one. I wonder how many of these are still lying around in cellars or sealed up behind the masonry. He knits his brows together and then looks up. Can I hold it? Sure. It's heavier than I was expecting. The rifle rests in his open palms. Its position reminds you of something. Though what exactly you can't say. He turns the rifle over again, admiring the glint of light off the oily barrel. When he's finished, he returns the rifle to you with a nod of appreciation. Alright, where's the rest of your reading group? What do you mean? This is the reading group. Oh. So there's just 2 of you. We're in something of a rebuilding phase. Okay, fair. Some of our former comrades didn't have the ideological fortitude our work demands. Okay, but what happened to them? Intellectual attrition is maybe the best way to describe it. Felix said he couldn't keep up with the reading on top of his classwork, and Zuzana wanted to read texts other than Mazovian theory, like novels, if you can believe it. Who would want to read a novel, right? Imagine the audacity of wanting to read a novel in a reading group. Novels. Unbelievable. See, even a gendarme gets it. We've tried recruiting new members, but unfortunately the current intellectual climate is pretty hostile to inframaterialist thought. These days, if you're on the left, the ascendant schools are the Gottwaldians and the Iconoclards. Don't forget about Maurice and the turnips. Who? What? He sighs. Right, then there was the whole turnip debacle. Oh. I mean, I would... okay, did somebody say something about turnips? Another sigh. It's an unfortunate story. You see, our ex-comrade Maurice is something of an economist. He's studying macro and microeconomics. Oh, gosh. Wow, a real intellectual, it sounds like. The lieutenant arches his eyebrows. Right, so a few weeks ago, we were discussing the extra-physical capabilities of the revolutionary state, and Maurice said... what were his exact words, Ulysses? It was unbelievable. He said, turnips don't care if they're grown by communists, moralists, or Welkin. They grow just the same. Just a minute, Steban. Ulysses. Why do those names ring the faintest of bells? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Probably because they're the real names of Nasteb and Exilus, the authors of the so-called essay about Tip-Top Tournay you read in La Fumée. Oh, this might have been something that we just clicked through really quickly. Okay, all right. You should get to the bottom of this when you have the chance. Okay, I guess we have another quest. Basically, he was rejecting the whole foundation of inframaterialist theory. Oh. What is this inframaterialist business they keep blathering about? You've never heard of anything like it. Remind me what the theory says about turnips again? Simply that under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops, which Maurice somehow has the gall to deny. Sounds like a stretch. Susanna said that he has been hanging out with some non-communists lately. You know, it's like when you're an evangelical. If you hang out with those non-Christians, you're gonna get tempted. You're gonna stumble. You're gonna backslide. That's just how it is. For us, the question boiled down to: if you don't even accept the basic ideas of Nilsson and inframaterialist theory, why are you in the reading group? Oh, okay. So you expelled him over an argument about turnips. Well, it wasn't so much that he was expelled. He just quit coming. We haven't seen him around for weeks. Right. Yeah, when you hang out with someone, you know, for a few times and then they just like start canceling on you or just don't show up. Yeah, been there. All right, is Cindy part of your group? Cindy is, how to describe her role? Something of an ideological auxiliary, perhaps? Oh. Yes, this is exactly how I would put it. And naturally, we support her radical counter-liberal aesthetics. But she refuses to submit an essay, so we can't call her a member of the group per se. Of course you have to write an essay to get in. That doesn't stop her from using the room for studio space, of course. Okay. Last person to do that. Fair. I guess not fair, but I got you. What's so bad about the Godwaldians? All right, let's get some lore here. They're the most depressing school of communism. They love writing long books with a patina of Mazavian theory to cover up their cheap psychologizing. Oh, that's a word. A gang of cheap psychologists and intellectual midgets, his companion sneers. Typical Gottwalders, in other words. Beer, spicy wings, a fire going. Aw, you had to enjoy them by yourselves then? It's okay for Uli to say that because his dad is from Gottwald. Oh, okay. Man, beer and wings and a fire sounds pretty amazing, honestly. What's so depressing about their theories? The Gottwald school believe that intellectuals as a class are incapable of sparking revolutionary change, so all they can do is critique capitalism from inside itself. In other words, they have lost faith in their own relevance. She didn't say anything until the next day. Something came up. Yeah, we met some friends. Well, we thought they were friends. Who we hung out with a few times, had a good time, and then one day, I guess there were a couple times where they started canceling, and then we were about to go meet them, and you know, something came up right at the last minute, and we just never heard from them again. So it's fine. I mean, I'd rather like just not, you know, string those relationships along, but it still sucks when people do that. That's why they spend all their time smoking cigarettes and writing long works of criticism that make you want to commit suicide. Oh, okay. That does sound miserable. It is miserable. That's probably why they're always committing suicide. Oh, okay. All right, what about the Econoclards? For starters, they love talking about beans. What's wrong with beans? I like beans. Oh, sure, but Econoclards are obsessed with beans. They love thinking about beans, they love counting beans, but most of all, they love building models to predict how many beans there will be in the future. Ah. Nota bene, Econoclard is an extra pejorative form of the already pejorative name Mazavian economists. a moderate school of Mazavianism which advocates a gradual transition to communism through carefully managed economic modernization rather than violent social revolution. Yeah, I get really worried about that when my back isn't feeling good. It's never about not wanting to see the people we're going to meet. It's about the pain of being in a car or an uncomfortable chair for hours. Got it. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, and you don't want to be the person who, like, causes somebody else to think that, oh, this person doesn't want to hang out with me or, you know, whatever. I get that. They're by far the most bean-centric school of communism. I mean, so are the beans a metaphor? If only. They've got all the beans accounted for in their asset sheets, their quarterly budgets, their future projections. But for some reason, there are never enough beans to go around, so we've just got to cut our bean rations in half. And next thing you know, there are budget cuts, so now we've got to cut the bean rations in half again. You see, iconoclasts claim to be communists, but in reality, they're just liberals with hard-ons for spreadsheets. What about the liberals? Are they liberals too? Of course not. The only people who actually call themselves liberals are mouth-foaming reactionaries. Oh, okay. Basically indistinguishable from fascists. You need an X-ray machine to tell the difference. Alright, let's talk about something else. Oh, you two wrote that article in La Fumée, didn't you? We're assuming this is the case. I don't know. I remember we read a book and we just clicked through it really quick because we didn't want to read all of it. You've read our article? For the first time since you met the young man, words seem to desert him. That I did not expect. His companion is blushing now, a sheepish grin on his face. The energy in the room has shifted ever so slightly in your favor. They're afraid they've somehow embarrassed themselves in front of you. Well, don't keep us on tenterhooks. What did you think of the essay? I didn't actually read it. Time to meet these two on the intellectual battlefield. Why don't you show off those highly developed critical faculties of yours? I actually had a few pieces of constructive criticism. The young man takes the folded up magazine with some hesitation. As he reads over your annotations and emendations, a look of deep concentration comes over his face. What does it say, Stebbin? I can't see. They're good notes. A little brutal on questions of style, but he's not wrong about any of it. Ah. Would it be alright if I kept this for a while? I'd just like some time to think about your comments. You hang on to it, buddy. Alright, is your book club, reading group accepting new members? We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics. The young man turns to his companion. But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two. Stebbin, you can't be serious. For these gendarmes? I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly. I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, he'll still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process. He turns back to you. Assuming he's even still interested, that is. Oh, composure. Convince them that you belong in the reading group. We have a pretty good chance. Let's see if we can boost our composure before we try this. But okay, will you still be here if I have more questions? Sure, just about every night. Maybe we'll catch you again. Okay. So let's try to boost our composure stat. Okay, I don't think we have anything currently affecting composure, so let's put on some gear. Composure, 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 composure. That's -1 composure. Ah, +1 composure. Okay. We got that. Anything else? I feel like we had another skill check that we wanted to boost composure, and maybe we only had the one? I'm probably okay, +1 composure. I was, in fact, completely incorrect. Okay, right. Let's try it.
The gendarme returns.
92%.
What do you need?
Let's try it. Yes. What's there to be scared of? You've really been cracking the books these last few days. You can go toe-to-toe in intellectual You can go toe to intellectual toe with any reading group in Martinez. All right, let's join the communists, you guys. You spent a not inconsiderable amount of time arranging the works in your mental library by theme and period. All the ideas and references you'll need are ready at hand. Ah, excellent. Now chin up. You've got this. This is just the group I've been looking for. When do we start? Oh, you want to start now? He looks to his companion, then back at you. Sure, we can manage that. You've caught him off balance. The momentum is already in your favor. Hell yeah. Go ahead and take a seat. Since we haven't had time to prepare an exhaustive questionnaire, I think we can keep this interview more freeform. Why don't you tell us a bit about the books you're interested in, and we'll just see where the conversation goes. Alright. Look, guys, I gotta be honest. I may not have read many books, but that doesn't mean I don't have stories. Okay, we'll bite. The young man and his companion look at one another, then turn back to you. What sort of stories are we talking about? How about a tale of adventure, intrigue, and daring do? Ah, okay, I'll tell you how I infiltrated the Wild Pines from my investigation. Sounds like old-fashioned revolutionary espionage. Let's see where this goes. Yes, I'm rather curious myself. Kim, shh. You've got them. They're starting to loosen up. You're relaxed and in control. You deftly weave every piece of the story together. Even the lieutenant seems engrossed, despite your revealing details of an RCM investigation. But I still don't see what the lady driver had to do with the strike standoff. I don't know either. In all fairness, the whole situation is rather complicated. I'm still trying to piece the whole thing together, but I can't get it to add up yet. Clearly, there's a lot of ins and outs. It almost reminds me of a Dick Mullen novel. Another quarter of an hour disappears. The conversation bounces back and forth. Whatever their pretensions, it's clear these two have been craving something real. Now, you can sense things starting to slow down. Time to wrap this tale up. So anyway, my current theory is that she's somewhere along the coast. Who is she? I don't know. I don't know who we're referring to here. Makes sense. It doesn't seem like there's anywhere else she could have gone. I suppose we'll have to leave it there. But listen, Gendarme, we could use someone with your breadth of expertise. With just a little more theoretical background, I think you'll be able to make some real contributions. Yes, I would say he's got serious potential at least. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. And with that, welcome to the most ideologically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez. Congrats, everybody. Oh, we got a book. Here's your first assignment. It's an overview of infra-materialist theory. A little basic, as you'll see, but one has to start somewhere. I'll add it to my very extensive reading list. You're gonna fit right in, I think. Come back when you're done. We'll be here every night after 10 p.m. Do be sure to take your time with the reading. We'll be eager to hear your thoughts. Okay. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's explore here, and then I guess we'll go to bed. We've got a reflective construction vest. Okay, sure. Coffee. This poster reads, "Under the cobblestones, communism." This one says, "No war but class war." A rickety easel surrounded by pots of gouache. Cindy's, no doubt. I only know how to pronounce the word gouache because my wife is an artist who knows these things. Try not to think about the cracks spidering out onto the floor. Okay. Because the word gouache looks like it's goach. Who would know how to pronounce that word otherwise? All right, I guess we're done here. Can we fast travel? No, of course not. Of course not. Actually, let's talk to Cindy real quick first.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Okay, she has nothing new to say. I'm definitely like getting stuffed up. Like whatever's in the air is like definitely affecting me. Actually, I think we can go out this way. So yeah, we're gonna fast travel to our shack. And sneezing a lot, feeling like drowning. I can stop. You can't stop swallowing. Yeah. Like I feel like I just want to do a big old like inhale in the nose. I'm not gonna do that on stream because nobody needs to hear that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay, let's travel to the shacks. Kind of go ahead and say we're done here. It's getting cold this late in the night. Time to call it a day. All right. I'm trying to remember if there's anything we wanted to do here. I mean, other than sleep. Oh, you can. Oh, to shave. Okay, so if we put a point into hand-eye coordination, we can try shaving again. What do we have here? Anything? All right, let's leave it be. And then we've got this filthy jacket. Can we wash it off? Oh, apparently not. Okay. All right, let's go to sleep. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great. This is gonna be really chill.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
Not that I remember. This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
What? I don't think we've murdered anybody. Shut up, I just want to sleep.
Hear that? Iceman wants to sleep. He doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Black water under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
They're right. This is their function, to keep you from it. Okay, well, why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
Oh my.
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
This is all related to this, like, this ex of ours. I don't know if it's ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, whatever, but the person who we are have apparently been destroyed by because this relationship ended, and we can't quite remember it either. So I guess our brain is trying to protect us from remembering, but we know that it will smell of apricots. That is a smell associated with her.
Hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it'll be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you should have seen that stained glass window in the... Oh, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church? I mean, it was pretty pretty. I don't know. Come on, Harry, get up. Get up. There you go. There you go. All right. What's up, Kim? Good morning. I have big news, Kim. Tell Kim about how you no longer obsess over your sexuality. Okay. I have managed to stop obsessing about my sexuality. Great. Imagine all the time you'll have for work now. Matter of fact, we should get back to it right now. Yes. Yes. Just one thing, though. Are you a part of the homosexual underground? You didn't stop at all, did you? You're just obsessing about other people's sexuality now. Yeah, but am I? I'll spare you another 20-hour mind project. Yes, I am. Now let's get back to work. Okay. All right, we leveled up apparently. Let's put a point into hand-eye coordination. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Let's do it. And let's see if we can shave our mutton chops off now. Because I'll be honest, this look that he's got, not doing it for me. Let's try it. Let's try it. 72% chance. Nice, nice. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender. The air brushing against it is chilly. Feel your clean-shaven cheeks. Wow, look at him now. Just like, he just looks like a corpse. Like just dead. Just dead. Like, ugh. This is not the improvement I was hoping for. They feel so smooth. Surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. Was shaving the right call? The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe? You almost look like a professional. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. So we managed to get the look, the capital L look off of our face, and now we've managed to shave. And now we just look like we want to die, which actually matches the character pretty closely. Okay, let's I wanted to talk to the woman here. Well, maybe she's over here. She is, okay. We were going to ask her on a date, I think. So let's see if we can do that.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Why does she care about the waves so much? What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me.
That's fair.
But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
I'm looking for someone else, actually. I don't know who we're looking for, but okay. Oh, apparently nobody. All right. That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? I got drunk and apparently drove it into the sea. She looks at you and shrugs. This calls for a funeral, if you ask me. I like it. I like it. You're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage? Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Maybe I should. Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans, to some extent at least. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. I'm kind of a person who's more like, your things are just things. They don't like define you or anything. But I know not everybody feels that way. Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now. Play it cool. But let's go along with it. You know, that's just my opinion. Maybe Harry here likes things. All right, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? Oh yeah, she says with a chuckle. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June, and where are we going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Man, I just watched Biddleman raid out to a more established streamer, and he was like, thanks for the raid, moving on now. Man, I hate that. I hate that. Like, there are certainly, like, streamers I follow who I just would not raid. Because, one, I don't participate in the community enough, and two, they are so big that it's like, you're less than a drop in the bucket of their viewers, so why would they even care, you know? That's too bad. That is too bad. Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it. Oh. That's all we have time for right now anyway. The lieutenant looks at you sympathetically. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities. Our character is saying, I'm sad that I can't do more side quests. The lieutenant looks at you almost gently. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example. I struggle so much with streamers who get dozens of raids and won't raid out themselves. Yeah, I'm not the raid police yet. Soon. Soon. The power will be yours. Alright, let's ask her... Oh. Interesting. Ask her on a date, but not while Kim is around. Alright. We'll just be heading out. Alright, let's travel... Okay. Let's walk over here, and then let's fast travel back to the hostel. And then I think... How much money do we have? 4019. Hey, Mustache Babs. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Burger and Hot Dog Day. Yes, thank you. We are going to a baseball game tonight, and I will be consuming some form of meat. I don't know yet which one, but it's the only thing to celebrate today, obviously. Obviously. We love celebrating meat in this channel. Hope your weekend is going fantastically. Oh, you're going to a game on Wednesday. Awesome. Awesome. My state will probably be on fire before morning day. Yeah, that's probably going to be us as well, unfortunately. I hope not, but... Oh, can we buy... Or do we have a tape player? We need to play a tape. We need to play a tape. And I thought we had a tape player. Is that not the case? Huh. Maybe it's not the case. Burger in one hand, water bucket in the other. Everybody's doing their part. Everybody's doing their part. We do have a tape player. Okay, okay, okay. Equip this to play tapes. I got it. Okay, all right. Okay, did not realize that's how this works. Okay, let's go out. We're gonna listen to a tape where a guy supposedly confesses to planning to rape and pillage. I don't know what this is gonna sound like, so let's find out together. Question mark? Okay. Our dog gets his little hemp treats today, since we do have some explosive enjoying neighbors. I did not know that there were hemp dog treats. That's kind of awesome, actually. Yeah, I love that. I hope he does well. I know dogs and fireworks is a fraught combination. All right, can we listen to this? Okay. Pets deserve to chill too, I agree. Especially the anxious ones. CBD pet treats are a definite thing too. I had no idea. I mean, I don't have pets, so I mean, that's why. But yeah, I had no idea. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Usually he just wants to fight any noise he hears. That sounds very chill and not at all stressful. All right, let's play this disturbing tape. You push commencer, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Oh.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally.
Dogs and chickens specifically, yes.
I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Oh my.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrêter on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning. What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
So what do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
But he did say he's going to do it. You can't edit words into someone's mouth.
Indeed, but...
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Okay, who is this Cordy person?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
Right, we've chatted with him. Okay, so what's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Okay. The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the Grad. So you think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
Well, we did kind of figure out the tattoos. A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment. All right, well, so what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Okay. As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. Oh, well, I wish I could hear them. All right, so I guess we're gonna go talk to Classier again. This was already a task on our list for today. right, tell you what, I'm gonna take a quick break, blow my nose, and stretch a bit, and then we'll go do this probably emotionally fraught interview. So I will be back, everybody, and in not too long. All right, welcome back, everybody. Remember, always take breaks when you're streaming, because it is really easy to just let yourself just melt into your chair, and then suddenly 4 hours have gone by. You end stream, you stand up, and you're like, "Oh God, I feel like shit." I can say this from personal experience. All right, let's talk to Classier. First few times I did like a 4 or 5 hour stream on the weekend because I was just having fun and, you know, was just hanging out with everybody and playing the game. I felt like crap afterwards. Do your stretches, everybody. Yeah, that means you, Havoc. Calling you out. Not really, but... All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, it just auto-saved here. Interesting. Shit's about to go down, I think. Every time you take a break, every viewer closes the tab. Nah, see, you can't think that way. Can't think that way. All right, let's do this interview. Actually, hold on. What do we have equipped right here? +2 interfacing. I don't feel like that's really helpful here. Let's see, electrochemistry, half-light. Also interfacing. Well, okay. Maybe this is fine then. What else do we got? Composure, logic. The logic is tempting, I'll be honest. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, all right.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
All right, I need to talk to you about your room again. That door there, did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator? I did not. She takes a drag of her cigarette and smiles. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led. There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now. Okay, well, FYI, miss, there's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom. A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall? Yeah. Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss. The lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass. Okay. There's a pause as she processes this information. A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now. Do you think this is somehow connected to me? Well, we don't know. Okay, do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there? Unfortunately, no, but if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover it with some tape. If it is recent, who do you think made it? Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. She does. She must have some idea. Oh, okay. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? Well, there were tracks on the floor, and they're recent. Huh, this isn't good. Understatement, yeah? She's straight as a stick suddenly. It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there. This place used to be a pinball arcade. Okay, I'm glad someone's had fun. Yo, Bree, thank you so much for the sub. Babs, enjoy your emotes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's your weekend going, Bree? You ready to celebrate hot dogs and barbecue today? Because that's what we're celebrating today, right? How's your weekend going? You must have some idea. Who might have been interested in making that hole? Yes, barbecue. Yeah. We're going to a baseball game today. They have like footlongs and some kind of barbecue place. I don't know. We're gonna go. We're gonna decide what we get. It's gonna be fun. I don't really care about the game itself, but the food's gonna be good, and there's gonna be fireworks, unless they cancel it, I guess. But there's supposed to be fireworks tonight, so it's gonna be a good time. Yes, yeah. I'm on day 2 of a 3-day weekend, so tomorrow I'm gonna be taking it very easy, I think. So who might have been interested in making that pie hole? Peephole. Did I say pie hole? Wow, okay. Peephole. Pie, though. That sounds good. Maybe I should find some apple pie for 4th of July today. Honestly, I have no clue. Yet? Maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move, when she's more sure of herself. Okay. All right, well, that's all for now about the peephole. All right, I have other questions for you. Let's talk about this so-called assault. Okay, we don't have anything new to ask her about it. So Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down, with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough. But we still suspect it's maybe edited in some way? We don't know. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? She arches her brow. Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? That was what he said. He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi, the young woman lights a new cigarette with the butt of her old one. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It was in his everything. Why would he say things like that? Machismo? Yes, was he bragging? Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his idea of normalcy, to keep on living, until they just sort of turned into his... What's the word I'm looking for? She's quite observant about the human character, trained to observe even. There's definitely more to her than meets the eye. Okay. Turned it into his persona? Running joke. I was going to say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yisit all rolled into one person, then cast in Oranye's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. Weren't you afraid of that? Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Oh. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinez, I mean. No, we were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. Yeah. Alright, so now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim? This is what we had to wait for the last time we interviewed her. Like, for example, his name. Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely. Okay. A nickname? I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that, and it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook, then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. This light just turned on and then turned off, right? That was weird. All right. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left. Okay, we got a lot of stuff to go through here. So where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Orianye, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there. The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary, cows, silos, and wheat. Oranje? Oranye's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo. Oh, okay. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head, like you just missed a shot in darts. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. Oh, okay. He's referring to, I think, when we did the field autopsy and we were trying to guess, like, his ethnicity. So you were both from Oranje. Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that, and from another part of Orianenric. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits. That'll do it every time, you know? No love from Mother Oranje, but wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing. So a military man, but not a patriot. Wasn't that autopsy done on just bones? No, it was his corpse, his decaying but not yet decayed corpse. You could still make out he had tattoos on him. You could still see like the discoloration on his neck from the hanging, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was definitely more than bones. So a military man, but not a patriot? No, he left the national service after they taught him to do what he did on Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. She takes a long drag of her cigarette, then washes it down with coffee. A people person, a small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot. You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself. There's nothing on Mundi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together, in loathing. I love Revachol, though. She looks around, the wind in her hair. I hope she loves me, too. All right, how old was he, miss? He was 42. That is surprisingly specific. 42? Are you sure? I wouldn't have had him above 50. Or I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no. The memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. Looks like you were right, officer. The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. Oh, are we competing for points? Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. I did not know this was a competition, Kim. It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport. Oh, okay. This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery. Or darts. It's still about getting hits, right? And not missing? That's too pinball for me. I just like to get autopsies right on the first try. He makes another note. Where were we? He's lying. Oh, okay. Kim is actually very competitive. He just won't admit it. But all right. So his eye color. Blue, light blue. They were like... She stops. Her eyes half close, then continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. She takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak. I mean, that recording of him did not sound like a beautiful soft voice to me, but different strokes, I guess. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Interesting. I, too, have stroked his hair. Oily, isn't it? She says, unfazed. She draws on her cigarette and lets the smoke linger for a moment in her mouth. We have that in common now. I don't remember stroking his hair, but I absolutely believe it's a thing we would have chosen to do. She understands what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance. Yeah. Kim, I said to put the brilliantine on the form. Do I get a point? No, he answers dryly. But I put it down. There. Right there. I did it. I can see you've put quite a few things here. They don't all give you a point. Ah, okay. This seems unfair. There is, in your rushed writing, right where the lieutenant is pointing, pigs gonna have sex. You should really get this questioning back on track now. Okay. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, that. It was an Oriani's map of the... Oh, no, it was a map of his service history, right? I think that's what we learned. Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. Oh, well, how so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course, tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. Is this Oriani's lit? All right, let's not interrupt. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like... She points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says... She lowers her voice comically. That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. You are the woman in this. Oh yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Let's hand her the photo of her dead lover. No, thank you. She does not take it. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed. So they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. Okay, task complete. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. And after this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a fun story. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic? Sure. Could it be that love did him in? It very well could be, yes. What do you mean? What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? He told me. Love did him in. All right, we were talking to the corpse. That's not funny, officer. It's true. Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. Perhaps it was communism that killed him. A moment ago it was love, and no, I don't think the Union is communist. They're a couple of shades pinker than that. They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about? This politics shit is a lot in the morning. Is it even morning? It is 8:28 in the morning, miss. I think she's just tired. She doesn't know what you meant by that, and can you blame her? Something miraculous is coming. He told me. We're gonna weird her the fuck out, I guess. The lieutenant blinks. His expression does not change. Alright, let's see where this is going. Alright. We had an imaginary conversation with the corpse, and now we are telling her about it. It's gonna be awkward. Alright, from way out in the northwest, he told me. Cool. The woman nods. Alright, we ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what that will show us? A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does that toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself. It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now. Alright, I think we're finished with this line of questioning. Alright. The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. So what now? Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Yeah, that's what she said. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old? Where is this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath you, I wonder? You could ask either one of them. Kim, how old do you think I am? Huh? The lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look? How old? 58. Oh my god, that's really old, really? You asked. Maybe you're wrong. You were wrong about the deceased. He was way younger. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately. The ravages of Al Ghul are nearly as extreme as that of death itself. I don't know what any of this means. Okay, there's silence. Then a little more. Sure, you're 42. Let's go? Wait, this requires specific scientific measurements. Bring it on, I'm not afraid of the truth. To the laboratorium. All right, we've gained a new thought. And we currently have no space for said thought, but you know, we could do it once we level up again. Okay. I don't know why these thoughts are like connected and these ones. Oh, I think it just picks like a random. It just makes a random set of connections whenever you select one. That's all. That's all that is. Okay. All right, so I guess the next thing is to talk to Titus about the recording. And what was this skill check?
Officer.
Volition.
What brings you up here in the rain?
So if we put another point into Volition, we can look her in the eye and ask her about something, I suppose. So we're back to the Hardy Boys. We are pushing this investigation forward. I don't recall exactly how far along we are at this point. Things are going to be coming to a head soon, from what I recall, but I don't know how soon is. If that makes sense. Go ahead and save. Let's say hi to Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
So I talked to Classe about the tape. And he tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow. And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. He stares at his beer for 2 seconds, intently, then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. That fucker wasn't aimed at you, it was at her. She pretty much laughed it off, Titus. Fucking fuckity fucker. He shakes his head in disbelief. And what did she say then? That it's fine? People are supposed to be like that? It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Yes, in fact, the lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Seems like they wanted to give Class A second chance to play along, and she still didn't. Okay, so, quick reminder. These guys told us they killed this guy because he raped her. And she said, no, he did not rape me. And furthermore, the wacky things that he says in this recording, she's fine with. All right. He slams his giant fist on the doorframe. All fucking ready then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth. You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match. So fucking edgy, yes. I think you had a lie planned, but she didn't play along, Titus. I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma. This tape was the last chance for her to do what was planned. We don't know what was planned. We're still a little fuzzy. But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you. Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job. He despondently glances at his beer. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here. Yeah, guys, we should get a party going tonight. Why? He looks at the old man in the corner. Maybe not then. Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation. Oh, that seems like it should be a bigger deal, but okay. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was. Nah, I know her. He looks upstairs, distracted. She's just a girl in over her head. She's not some helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough. Handled him? He balks. She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of. What shit? Why did you have to take care of it? Yes, we heard all about it and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her. Alright, be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. But we know he wasn't dead from the hanging. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore. Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part in this sordid play. All it takes is a nudge. I think we're about to break through, you guys. Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. He taps on his notebook. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, Titus said, fuck off. He throws his beer can down. That lying, scamming... We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. There's silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers, now we're talking. Glenn livens up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. All right, rhetoric. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. All right, we're going to leave, boost our rhetoric score, and then we're going to fucking find out what the hell is going on here. What is actually going on here? Right, rhetoric. Rhetoric. This is obviously the most exciting part of this game. Swapping gear in and out. All right, +1 rhetoric. Like it. Wait, that's -1 rhetoric. It's drama, which, you know, we do love the drama, but not really for us. Lots of drama, not so much. Oh, hey, +1 rhetoric. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, okay. Okay. I think we've nailed this one, you guys. Let's quick save again.
It's you again. What is it?
Oh, wow. 92%. Awesome. Okay, let's do it. Convince Titus he's being manipulated? You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might. One of his boys will. Ah, all right. We're gonna manipulate the others around him. Fat Angus, the powerful guy, Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Class A. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district, their responsibility. Okay, we're gonna bluff, I think, is what's happening here. That's it then. Case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim. Huh? The lieutenant raises his brow. He'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you. All because... because of some chick. A wince. It's involuntary. Bring that up one more time and you won't get to write that report. Oh. Yes, I understand, Elaine. That's her name, right? Elaine? You'll kill us. He scratches in the notebook. That's what they do in the Wild North. They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember. It wasn't that. It wasn't, the fat man says with a wheeze. We didn't shoot him. That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the... Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. Firearm, a Glace 08 or a .38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do. Oh boy. All right, things are getting tense here. Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when... He takes a breath, wheezing. Shut up, Angus. He was dead before you hanged him. Fatty, the little guy hits Angus on the back of the head. A loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Dennis, Titus roars. Stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, he points to the old man. Take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. He grabs his chest. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not gonna read that. Lizzie snaps at him. Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. She turns to him. I told you to just give her up. Give her up? Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everett. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast. She walks off without looking back. You're in. He's all yours. Questions? All right. Kim, we did it. The lieutenant gives a smile, only you can see. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. He nods. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head. Another nod. Why? Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit. Girls, plural. Girls, plural. There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later. Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. All right, what happened Sunday night? Classe came down. He points to the stairs. She seemed really out of it, drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know, not in a fun way. Sounds like you've become one with this game a bit. Yeah, there's been multiple times where I've said a thing and then the actual dialogue is literally what I said. So I have fused with the dialogue, I think. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How did you know? I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario, only in reverse. Good analogy, boss. The rat-faced man snickers. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. He points at him. You're still on the bench, and you keep taking it easy too, Angus. He turns back to you. What happened then? We went upstairs. Sure as day, the merc was dead, and there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. He means they'd been fucking? Tibbs patched the window and the corpse. Oh, and the corpse we hanged. Right, so we noticed that the window was new. Okay, so who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy? Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. Oh, okay. Tibbs. That's short for Tiberius? Yeah, good man. Bet their father's named Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway, I don't know who these people are, but okay. So if Class A didn't kill him, why the cover-up? You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. I didn't notice. What kind of shit are we talking about? The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her from the old world, where she came from. Dragon Gem, hey, welcome in. How's your weekend going? These people, who are they? They're powerful. He looks out the window. Connected to the moral intern, she's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away. Oh. Good, I'm glad to hear that, Dragon. Yeah, I hope you enjoy some good food and a good weekend today. That's all he knows. That's all she's told him. And why would you help someone like that by taking on a murder? Why would I? He shrugs. I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. I mean, really? Like, just out of the goodness of your heart? I don't know. So who killed the merc then? Any leads? Not yet, just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's the clue. Stream later, and then keeping the dogs calm, but should be good. I mean, that sounds like a nice day to me. I suppose you'll be keeping them calm from the fireworks, of course. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I know that's not the funnest job in the world. So the guy was shot from the window. I don't remember if we knew what direction the bullet came from, so... But okay. So what are you thinking, Titus? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his. Vets got to keep them calm too. The other vets. The ones who are in combat. The veterans, you would say? You would call it? You are veterans of this? So, Havoc, do your cats freak out from the fireworks? Hers, you mean? I mean the people after Class A. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her? I like that, the young guy nods. Been thinking the same thing myself. My cats were never in combat. My cats just stare at me like I did it. This is your fault. And you had ideas about his past too. I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They've got guns, training, years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Krenel. He pauses to think. Krenel is the mercenary company that sent the mercenaries who are hanging out in town and causing all these problems. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do if I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. My cats will just throw up 3 times tonight instead of twice. Good luck, my friend. These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy is not as dumb as he looks. Alright, whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers? In a manner of speaking. Once because the door is closed. Twice because the AC is on. And 3 times because of the fireworks? Yeah. Fucking explosions. Yep. Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other one. Okay, earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Who is this other girl? That's right. He blinks. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy. Right, we've been wondering who this drug trafficker woman is. The big guy steps toward you. Fella, you think too much. Ease off, all right? You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway. You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. His face sets like concrete. He shakes his head solemnly. We're Hardy Boys, and that's it. Okay, Titus. All right, can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location? Nope, you're not getting to her. It's Classe you want to talk to. Oh, come on. Why are you stonewalling me here? All right, I'll go talk to Classe one last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand, then thinks of something. Hey, cop, before you go. Classe came to Marnay's to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but you would still prefer if we didn't take her away. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. We'll take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Okay. Wow, we learned so many things. So, Classe is running from something. Somebody murdered the guy. We still don't know who. And we're going to go ask her about it, I guess. So, I think we've almost got this case wrapped up, everybody. World building is so cool, but also so confusing. Absolutely. And, 1,000% more difficult when you're coming in just kind of in the middle of it. But yes, the world building in this is very, very good. When I search VGA mini gender chargers and find a good deal and hit order, and then you ordered the wrong one, is that what happened? Gender changers, right? And then realize yep, you got the wrong one. Yep. That's how it goes. Oh, let's level up before we do this. Maybe we can put a point into volition and try that skill check again. If it will let us try the skill check again. We don't know. My expectation is that when I don't search RS-232 that I won't get them in my search. It's not how it goes. It's not how it goes. Oh, we cannot put another point into volition. Oh, interesting. All right, well, that's too bad. I guess we will not be able to look her in the eyes. All right, let's put another point into visual calculus. Okay.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing. String of numbers preceding the words gender changers sounds like some kick-ass cyberpunk shit. Yeah, right? This is the model RX 57E3-7 gender changer. It's much better than that other brand that we don't talk about. All right, the Hardy Boys told us what really happened, Class A. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. Just like that, no resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time. This is good. Clear the air first, between you two, then move on to questions. Yeah, see, the light just flickered back on. I don't know if that's a bug or if it's like something to freak me out. Is it? Something is off here. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time? Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. She looks at her feet. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. No, we need more. Surprise these names. Like Havoc, no. That's not how these things are happening out there. That's not a good enough reason. You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the Moore Lantern. She reaches for a new cigarette. Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have that conversation on stream, but things aren't just getting arbitrarily canceled for no reason. But I'm not gonna follow up with it here. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, gray and pale violet in the morning light. What lies beyond it? The Pale, the Mundi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world. Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the Moore Lantern? She nods. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. She lights the cigarette. What's going on? What did you do? So why is she running? Like, what is she running from? Just business, but bad business for some people in the Moore Lantern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will. What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the Moore Lantern mill. Okay, so we finished that task. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Well, now I'm confused. Okay. Fucked? People after her? More Lantern people? This isn't Orani's lit. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her. Okay. What did you do to have these people after you? It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje. What exactly did you do to cause these people to come after you? Oh, industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company, the kind you really, really don't want to fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting. I mean, this is cyberpunk stuff, like industrial espionage and then people coming after you. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. He taps on his notebook. The job was Lustuin County Savings Bank. They sounded small, but they're part of the Luskap conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Luskap and their friends in the MI. She breathes out heavily. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. Gotta hack into the mainframe. I hope so. Sadly, this world doesn't have hackable things, I suspect. Everything's run down. Luskap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalalo line of dairy products. Oh, okay. This phrase is so interesting. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. Okay. That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into. It is. Many people lost their jobs, not just C-suite, ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting. She shakes her head at the thought. Can I be a part of the Bank of Consecration? You have my permission, Bree. A lot of people got hurt, she concludes, but that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. All right, what happened here the night he died? We were there. She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together. In bed, I mean. I want a Papa Loyo yogurt for sure. I wish I liked yogurt more than I do. There's like a couple brands, like specific brands that I like, and then just most other kinds I'm just like, oh, no thank you. All right, tell me exactly what happened. Okay, we're gonna get explicit here, folks. Okay, she takes a deep breath. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. She breathes out, a moment's silence. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see. Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it. I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me. Okay, then what happened? He was heavy. I pushed him off, and he fell to the floor. There. She points through the window. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides. I waited for the second shot to come, for me. I thought there would be one. It never came. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. Oh, she looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. Well, that's a motherfucker. Yeah, it was a real motherfucker. She immediately lights another one. What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. That's okay, he makes a note. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line. Plus other things. I was drinking. Wait, Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual. Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh yeah, she tilts her head. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. Sure, do some lines, clear your head. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. Alright, so what did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room, downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. What happened after you ran downstairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. She looks down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. She pauses. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Is Ruby the 8th Hardy boy? Ruby? Before we continue, who is Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader. Oh, the leader of the Hardy Boys. The leader of what? The Hardy Boys, she says, as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. Would you say she is, he looks at you, the 8th Hardy Boy? Why not? Hell yeah. All right. What then? Well, Ruby said, let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know. Take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower to keep him upright. Okay. To mislead you, they are tampering with the body. Right. Okay, to produce lividity matching a hanging. That's right. Yes. This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being... Let's not remark. This tactful approach will rob you of the glory, but hey, all I care about is angles and timetables. The loss is yours. Thank you, visual calculus. All right, then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely. In the bathroom, I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. Oh, and we're wearing some of his armor. How is she going to feel about that? It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. All right, what did you do? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something. So I did. So where is this Ruby? I don't know. I haven't seen her since. New task. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. Okay. We'll need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. All right. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot? When he was shot? She thinks. I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. So the gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot. Did you kill Lely? I don't know what. Let's not ask that. Okay, let's go with, could the people after you have killed him? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. And I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. She looks at her cigarette. So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. How do we know this? Maybe it did? I just don't know. I don't know anything. We can't go over Luska. Not yet. There are other saner leads. Okay. I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Okay, why did you call the cops if you're hiding? Because I'm an idiot. The answer comes fast. Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot? She's nothing of the sort. So you would have us believe, but you're not. You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. Then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. Her jaws clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Okay. All right, when was the window changed? Last week. Angus and Titus's brother. I think he's called Tibbs. Took care of it. She takes a drag. You should have another look at the window. Okay. In her bedroom, inside? Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. Okay. All right, I think we're done here for now. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. I don't think we want to do that, though. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. Multi-face, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her. Okay, well, let's boost our drama before we try that. So let's put on our drama clothes. Those at least are easy to remember. If we can find them again. Plus one drama, plus one drama. Okay, might be a couple others. Any shoes or pants that boost drama? Wait, the bow tie knots. Yes, okay. Got +4 drama. I think that's good enough here.
I was just thinking.
All right,
What
in
a
God's
nice day
name,
for
wake
questions.
up.
Pertaining.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Let's just calm down. Let's calm down a little bit. Your real name isn't Classe Amandu. I agree, the lieutenant turns to her. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you. Okay. Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what? Okay, it's not. Good, you can tell me the truth. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common Sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name, so I lied. Like I lied before, like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. She looks at her hands. Her fingernails are chipped white. I'm so tired of it. Was the passport bullshit too? That passport you keep hidden? No, it's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast in the reeds. It just doesn't say Classe Yamandu. It says Anouk Meyerschmidt. Anouk Meyerschmidt. Falsified documents? Passport and visa, she nods. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leased the name, Meyerschmidt, to hurt me. Why would they do that? I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. She rushes to explain. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now. All right, where is this buoy? West of the boardwalk in the reeds, on the coast there. She points towards a clump of ruins on the western horizon. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless. All right, we'll look for it. You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline. Tell me your real name. It's Katerzine Alizé. The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. It's a Grod name, Zimsk or Yugo Grod in origin, not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, taiga, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism. It also makes Classe almost an alacronym for Katerzine Alassier. All right, sure. Finally, we meet. She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof. You're probably not even Miss Aranye 37, are you? I am. Her smile quivers. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me. Oh. Yes, they can, for lying. No, it's fine. All right. I don't know if I want to say all these other things. You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. Let's try this one. I did. She takes a step forward. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8102 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed. That is the emergency's desk number. Okay. What time did you make the call? Thursday night. It was late. Sometime after 12. The lieutenant nods in your direction. It checks out. All right. Let's just change the subject. She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of it. All right. So, what now? Let's get this back on. Let's maybe boost our visual calculus, maybe? Let me put that on and maybe put that on? Sure. Sure. Oh, that's +1 visual calculus. Okay, let's do that. I think we'll be good. Okay. Is there anything to examine out here? Maybe not yet, but all right, let's go back in. Well, I thought we were going to examine the room. Okay. It's not a task. I thought it was a task, but okay. We got to talk to Titus again, and we need to find the buoy, apparently. So, okay. Let's keep going. Thank you, Bree. I will click on that and check. I checked that before, you know, and we didn't know anything about it, so I just glossed over it. When we checked it before, we knew it had been replaced. We knew it was new. But let's see what it gives us now. Ah, yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. All right, what happened here? The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. Got some real CSI stuff going on here. Okay. Two-hearted spider. What position are they in? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th, and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray casts from somewhere outside, entering his brain. Where does it come from? From the roof outside. Location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. All right, let's inspect the ghostly figures. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. Okay, let's look at point A. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside if that were the case? There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. That was more than a week ago. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? 72%. With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition, a Bell McGraw rifle, for example, this is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Could the shot have come from inside the room? That seems unlikely. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective. All right, are there any arguments against A prime? None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Could there have been another point further away? That's a 28% yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point possible point of origin in Martinez? Yes, let's do it. According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. More precisely, okay, I don't know how to read these notations, but B is for boardwalk, B2 for Land's End, and B3 for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. All right, let's look at the boardwalk. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. Okay. All right, Land's End. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent? No, too far-fetched. Right, the islet. 1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrators may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. Oh, we saw that a long time ago. Okay, I did not realize it's showing a ghostly map here. Like, I thought this was just like red coloring for the background. But yeah, this is the map. So this is showing where the shots came from in relation to the hotel room that we're in. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable. Kim, do you think the shot could have come further away? From where, precisely? I see you've given this a lot of thought, he remarks, raising an eyebrow. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Much less than the roof, but still. Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper's nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis. Ah, right, so potentially somebody snuck through the secret hallway that we found and killed him that way. Can we go outside and look at anything now that we've done this? First it was snowing, now it's raining. Well, it looks like it's snowing. It sounds like it's raining. Okay, so there's nothing to investigate further here. So we need to talk to Titus again. Ask about Ruby again. And then maybe we'll travel down the coast? I'm not 100% sure. I'm just following the objectives that the game is giving me at this point.
It's you again. What is it?
All right, Bree, sounds good. Thank you for the lurk. All right, I talked to Classe. Now I need to talk to Ruby. Why? He leans back and regards you with curiosity. Let's go with this one, actually. We've been told that so to back up, the mercenaries we've been told are looking for vengeance for the fact that their brethren was killed or whatever. So we know that a civil war is brewing. They will kill everybody in this city until they find out who the murderer is. So that seems like a good reason why we need to talk to Ruby. Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone, and now you've picked Ruby. Well, not on my watch, you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not going to throw her under your Moor-Lantern steamroller. Fuck that shit. And fuck you, too. He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs. Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys. That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. He crosses his arms. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now? I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking. We have a 92% chance of passing this logic check right now, so we're going to do that. We failed? Ugh. Nothing's happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected. Ugh. Alright, give up. No, not even going to read this. Terrible. Terrible. Alright, we need to level up our logic, apparently. What a bummer. Okay. How close are we to leveling up? Oh, we're actually really close. Okay, alright, cool. Okay, let's go look for this buoy, because then we can also do part of this task, and we'll also be able to try to keep looking for this phasmid thing that we've been on the lookout for a while. So that would be, I guess the church. It's all pretty close together here. Let's go up here and see what there is to see. We haven't been here in a while. We're looking for a buoy. And also, I guess, something that could be a potential sniper's nest or something? Actually, well... Is this the trap we wanted to... Okay, no, it's not. Alright, alright. There's another trap we want to fill in. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar. I don't see it, Lieutenant. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there in the whirling in rags. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator? To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps, but anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful, there's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out B double prime, was it? Ah, yes, okay. Well, okay, maybe the assailant climbed the tower? It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform from there to aim from. Alright. What about the cigarette butts? Hey, we're leveled up. Alright, we're going to put a point into logic so we can do that check again. A smoking assailant who favors Tio Mutiri to Astra Druin. Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for old men. Okay, we don't care about cigarettes. Look over the water. There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance in the air, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender. All right, point into logic. So next time we go back to the Whirling in Rags, we'll be able to do that logic check again. Hopefully have a better shot at it. All right, so we're still looking for a buoy of some kind. And actually, which, so we checked Land's End. We need to check the boardwalk, which is great because we need to go to the boardwalk to refill that trap. Oh, do we have to... Okay, we have to walk around, it seems. Maybe up here? Okay, I'm thinking no. Wait, can we go over here? Yes, we can. Okay. This is where we found that body earlier. That tragedy. Is there anything in here? Nothing new, apparently. These guys are back. I don't think I feel like talking to them at the moment. That was a rich guy with the kid he was trying to educate. We asked him for money. He didn't give us any. All right, this is the trap that we wanted to refill. All right, do that. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here. Okay. What are you? Could this be the buoy? Yes, it is. Yes, yes, yes. Great. A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer... That over there, he points to the strange-looking object. Must be the buoy Classe told us about, the one she hid her passport in. We should take a look. Ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies. Let's pick it up. You lift the buoy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut. All right, let's examine it. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds its close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked. All right, shake the buoy. There's something in there. Let's sniff the buoy, as you do. It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner, actually. It smells a little salty. All right, a shot's glass worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else. Oh. Well, damn. No documents. Who do you think took them? I have no idea. The lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. Well, we know what was in it. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. It must have been her enemies. Could be. We should keep an eye out. Nothing more for us to do here. Let's go. You could ask her what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. All right. Interesting. I mean, there's all kinds of people wandering around. I mean, anybody could have taken that stuff, but it's still kind of odd. All right, we want to warp back to the Whirling Rags, talk to Titus again, and we just got to get back to the church so we can do that. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. It's interesting to me that these loading times for the fast travel are a lot faster than the loading times for like going into one of these small buildings. That makes me think they load the entire open world in one shot and unload it, you know, every time. There isn't any streaming or anything. I'm completely speculating, of course, but it's kind of what I think. All right, let's see if we can boost our logic before we do this again. Here we go. Right. We put the point into logic so that we could unlock the check again, not because we really needed the help.
It's you again. What is it?
All right, please work. We did it. Okay. A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostile cafeteria is lit by its eerie blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought. Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him? So that's what you were squinting at. He looks at you. You were trying to come up with a theory, weren't you? That she did it. Yeah, he was cobbling together shit so he could put her away. It's RCM 101. Well, let old Titus set your mind at ease then. She didn't do it. She was here all night. The lieutenant opens his notes. Sunday night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here all that time? Yeah, with us drinking, near the stage there. He points to the karaoke stage. So she didn't go to the toilet? No. That's a lie. You know that's not the case. Okay. All right, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. Yeah, she's a drug smuggler. We're not getting into what that operation is again, cop. And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible. He's been through it. That means he suspected her too. Okay. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for some time during the window of time. This was crucial. Now let's place her on the roof. There's a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof. How? He looks sincerely curious. Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop. People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo? East Delta Pinball Arcade, the old man coughs. Weird place. Went bankrupt. Okay, but... The man looks around. How'd she get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter. The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter, used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes. That's quite the theory. He turns to Eugene. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys. I'm on it, boss. Right when the log clears, me and Angus are going up there. It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead? Shush now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? Firmly? He shakes his head. Firmly doesn't go well with could have. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route, he forms a gun with his hand. Does not put a bullet into his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one. Okay, phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt in the shape of a gun. Okay. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself? Okay. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours, but... Okay, we've analyzed the bullet. All right. So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle, military grade. Not even you militia monkeys could have those. He doesn't wait for a response. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it? Just because it's rare doesn't mean you can't get it. Cop, that's exactly what it means. He's probably right. Okay. That wasn't strong. Okay. I've already established she's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns, too. God damn, that's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds. All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun. Trouble? This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one. He must be referencing some past case of theirs. Okay. He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory. Okay, there are weapons like these just lying around in Martinez. That looks antique, a Belle McGraw. He takes the gun, inspects it, and hands it back to you. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it? There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there, with others just like it. 20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many, and there must be other caches too. God damn it, we need to close that dump down for good. All right, Babs, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your barbecue. Thanks for hanging out. It's always good to see y'all. He nods to it. It's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works and you got a military-grade weapon that shoots jacketed ammunition. He shakes his head. He sees it. This is coming together. He must. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. This is the bullet that did it. 446 millimeter. The Belle McGraw uses the same caliber. The blonde man looks at the mushroom Deathbringer in the evidence bag and says, yeah, the bitch is jacketed, all right. 4 millimeter, too. Whoa. Well, goddamn. His eyes follow the evidence bag back into your pocket. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. He squints. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. All right, keep talking. I'm getting a bit curious about some things myself. T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this? Phase 3, motive, last component. Okay. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up? And I suppose you have a theory on that? Well, she could have just been covering up for herself, Titus. Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging? You went along, but she suggested it. The little man squints, eyes beady. She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit, right when she came back downstairs. Ah, okay, all right. She had a whole plan laid out for these people, in a really short amount of time, too. Really, Shanks? Class A wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd been first. All right, time for a logics demonstration. All right, Eugene, let's assume you killed him. He scoffs. Think. You kill him, get up there, shoot him, get down. Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder? The man is silent. She used us to cover her own shit up? Well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss. Which is why she didn't do it. She would never do that. The blonde man waves his beer around. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus. Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit. Oh, so he didn't rule her out. And she skipped town. This is good. Okay, so we're learning things. Maybe she killed him because she thought it would curry favor with you? You had expressed on occasion your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right? Whack someone in my district? That doesn't curry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that. He rubs his chin and looks out the window. All right, Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. Yeah, I see it. He puts his beer down. There's one more thing I've been wondering about, ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions if you want. I don't know. He smiles a peculiar smile. I don't know where she went. She just up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where, however hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. He looks you straight in the eye. Maybe she was right. By now I probably would. That's really interesting. She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory. Nice. Leveled up. Cool. Perhaps. He looks out of the window again. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. All right. When did she leave? Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town, then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. What was she scared of? I told you. You. As in the RCM? No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. No wonder she's afraid. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment. Sure, the human experiment. That's real funny. He looks at you without smiling. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply, but he measures you up. Now I'm not so sure. What else did Ruby tell you about me? She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop. Won't stop? Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans. Ah, I like this. We're a badass, actually. And then when they're all empty, just move on. Onto the next can. Don't look back, unless there's something you missed. Fucking hell. The tattooed man shakes his head. Titus, did he just open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you? Silence. He nods. Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener? You are insistent. He nods. All right, anything else? Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop. But she was too scared. Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else. From Jamrock. It must be real stuff. Ooh. Alright, do you have any clues on where she went? She's not far, we know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot. Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her. Yeah, Al. And we won't either. She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she? She's not, Glenn. Alright, have you looked for her? A little, on the coast. Where have you looked for her precisely? Precisely on the coast, past the waterlock. He nods southwest. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Who's doing this looking? You're all here. You're all here. Who's out looking? Lizzie needed some air. The gardener? But she went to tell Everard. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know fast. It's called a radio, you believe? The gardener may have played you again when she stormed out. She has her own plan. Ah, okay. Alright. Alright, tell me where on the coast I should start looking. Sure, there are some shit houses there, Cinderblock Town. The fisher folk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. Okay. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up. We'll start there. One more question. What does she look like? boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a lorryman. Do you know what she's doing with Ulan frequencies? I have no idea why we're asking this question. The what now? I have no idea. Boys? She said she's building a pale emitter. Oh. A what? We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more. This guy barely understands what he's talking about. This is true of me as well. There you have it. Pale something. All right. He puts his hand out. Let's shake it. His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. And no machismo or anything about it either. Just a handshake. Okay. I'm gonna put another point into hand-eye coordination. Just seems like a handy thing to have. And I think we're gonna call it there. We did a lot today. We did a lot. Let's go ahead and save. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out today. It's been fun. See if there's anybody streaming that we want to raid. Oh, that's loud. Oh, you know what? I think I actually have some stuff to take care of, so we're not gonna raid anybody. We're just gonna end it there. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful 4th, and if you're having a long weekend, I hope you enjoy it. And otherwise, I will talk to y'all soon. So yeah, take care. Bye, guys.